So once you've loaded up your project and imported the clips and media you want, you're going to want to click on the clip you want to add the effect to, and then press Make Composite Shot. You're going to press OK, and once you get into the composite shot, go to the Effects tab on the left, type in Levels, look for the Levels histogram effect, click, drag, double click on the Levels histogram effect, press all three of these circles to enable keyframing, copy those points, drag your slider to right before you get the kill, paste those points, drag the slider over a bit, right where you hit that shot, or right before you hit that shot. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to want to go over to the left side, and you see this triangle, drag it towards the middle so it lightens up all the clip. You're going to want to copy those points those keyframes that it's just made. Okay, so once you copy those keyframes, you're going to want to drag the slider over a bit and then paste them. Then you're going to want to take those keyframes that you made earlier, copy those. Then you're going to want to drag the slider over a bit and paste those keyframes again to bring it back to the normal colors. So once you do that, the clip should look something like this. Points brighten up right when I get that kill. Next is something I do with saturation. So you're gonna want to go into the Effects tab, type in Saturation, drag the color correction effect, hue, saturation, and lightness, put it on the clip, double click on it, double click on Master, and you're going to be brought to this. So line the slider up with the points you made earlier. So you're going to want to enable keyframing on the saturation. So it's going to make a point. Just drag that point right before the screen lines up from the levels effect. Slide the slider over a bit, increase the saturation, so like you can crank it to however high you want. I usually do around 30. Copy that point, paste it to the end of the other point that you did earlier. Take the starting point where the colors are normal, paste them back, line it up with the levels effect keyframes. So then your clip not only will increase in brightness, it will also increase the saturation. Also, what you could do is before the clip, you're going to want to take that starting point where all the colors are normal, paste it around wherever before the clip. So right before the effect you created, you can lower the saturation. So over time before the clip, the saturation will decrease, and then when this effect happens, it will brighten up the screen when you get the kill. So the last thing you want to do is zooming in right when you hit that shot. So you're going to want to double click on Transform. You're going to find that under the clip. So if you close the Effects tab, it's right under it. Double click on that. You're going to want to press the circle next to Scale to allow for keyframing. Open up the Effects tab if you closed it earlier. Scroll back down. This will just help you gauge where you should start zooming in and start placing the keyframes. So right before the other effects, do the same thing. Drag that starting keyframe to the start of the effect. You're going to want to slide over the slider to wherever the effect starts to happen. Take the scale. So then you're going to want to hover your cursor over one of these values. Click and drag to the right. So as you can see, it starts zooming in. Stop however much you want to zoom in. Drag your slider over to the end of the effect. Copy your starting keyframe. And then paste it right there. So then it zooms in when I get the kill, lines up, and also increases in saturation.